Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Antonio Alanis, and today I want to talk about something that's been in the news for the past few weeks and even years. And this is the famous Gelman Santander collection that is, well, by the time that you probably listen to this, has already been finished in the Museo de Arte Moderno. So this is an exhibition that it's been in the and many art related pieces of news in the past, like I said, months and even years. And I wanted to go on and research why this exhibition has been so controversial and just listen to or watch many of the people that have been talking about the importance of this exhibition and the importance of Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. So I want to start by going to this particular link. This is from the INBAL, and it reads that tras casi 20 años sin exhibirse en México, la secretaria de Cultura de Gobierno de México, a través del INBAL, presenta 68 obras de la colección Gelman Santander en el Museo de Arte Moderno. So today is July 19, and it's important that I wanted to do this recording because today is the last day that the exhibition will be in the Museo de Arte Moderno or the Museum of Modern Art in Mexico City. And wanted to again go on and see why this is the way it is and why people are protesting about it and the importance of this exhibition. And of course, let's turn to threads to see a lot of the importance about the Hellman exhibition. But before we do that, I want to talk more about why this exhibition is important and what's in it before we start in. So, the Hellman collection is a collection that includes works of art by 20th century artists. And it's a collection that is split into two main sections. The first section is Mexican modernism, and the second part is European modern art. And it features art from iconic paintings by Frida Kahlo, Diego Rivera, Rufino Tamayo, David Alfaro Siqueiros, as well as other significant Mexican artists, including photographers like um, Graciela Iturbide and Alvarez Bravo, photographers as well. So the collection was assembled by Jack and Natasha Gelman and highlights the different branches of the collection include the following pieces. So one, the Mexican modern art Gelman Santander collection. It's a celebrated holding of approximately 160 pieces managed by the Banco Santander Foundation, particularly famous for its works by Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. So the following breakdown is what I was interested in learning more about. Frida Kahlo has 18 masterworks, including Self Portrait with Monkeys, painted in 1943, Diego and My Thoughts from 1943, The Bride Frightened at Seeing Life Opened, 1943, and The Love Embrace of the Universe, the Earth, Mexico, Myself, Diego, and Senor Xolotl, 1949. So this is not 18 pieces, or so it's not 18 pieces that belong to Frida. It's 18 pieces that involve. I'm confused, honestly. Part of the reason I wanted to do this research was so I can understand myself what is happening in in this controversy. So other pieces that are included in this exhibition are Theo Rivera's work Kalalili Vendors, 1943, Modest, 1937, and Landscape with Cactus. The other masters include Maria Izquierdo, Rufino Tamayo, Jose Clemente Orozco, and David Alfaro Siqueiros. And then we have over 50 photographs by Edward Weston, Lola Alvarez Bravo, Guillermo Calo, and Tina Modotti. So, one, I did not know that the exhibition has work by Frida's father, which is Guillermo Calo, And Tina Modotti, I'm just learning more about her recently. And one of the things that I did learn in the Colección Gelman Santander, which is the official name of the collection called the Gelman Santander, includes pieces by the following artists. Again, Frida, Diego Rivera, María Izquierdo, José Clemente Orozco, Rufino Tamayo, David Alfaro Siqueiros, Carlos Mérida, Jesús Reyes Ferreira, Francisco Toledo, Lola Álvarez Bravo, Manuel Álvarez Bravo, Gabriel Figueroa, Tina Modotti, and Graciela Iturbide. So I think the only living person, I could be wrong, I'm not too aware about who is living or not in the collection, might be Graciela Iturbide. Graciela Iturbide is a she's just a national treasure in Mexico and photography's history. The way that she captured Mexican um, just essence through her black and white photography has been some of the most emblematic pieces that, in my opinion, have been created in Mexican art. And I do wonder if there are other artists who are living that whose work form part of this collection as well. So, again, I've been very curious about this exhibition because there's been a lot of controversy and a lot of, I don't want to say misinformation because I don't think there's a lot that I've been reading that is clear. But let's read more in what it says in threads now that we have a little bit of context. So let's go to threads and see what new information we can find about the Helman Santander collection. There are a lot of people who are watching or have been going through the exhibition, and of course my photographs here does not want to work. Let me find other pieces that might be more illustrative of what I want to learn more about. So the Helman Santander collection. So I don't know. I don't think that these pieces right here with Frida's attire or clothing are part of the Helman Santander. They may be. I'm not sure, but I know that I did see them in the Casa Azul in Coyoacan. So again, I want to highlight a few of the major questions that are arising from this. And this person, it says that the question remains: will the exhibition return? Who is the owner? Is this being loaned? Is it being paid off as part of a debt to the Spanish bank? Is it true that the Spanish bank has already built a museum in the city of Santander for the exhibition? Um, and then the person here asking is, do you know what other most valuable collection of Mexican contemporary art is that the Hellman didn't want to leave Mexico? So again, it's a lot of questions that I have. Um, as I was mentioning in the beginning, this exhibition, the last time it was in Mexico was about 20 years ago. It was 20 years ago, and that's a lot of the just the doubt and fear that I hear and I'm listening from these comments. All right, so let's continue. A lot of people are sharing their thoughts about the exhibition, but I want to learn more about the collection itself. So this is more of the what's happening. More than 200 artists and art professionals in Mexico signed an open letter last week. This was written back in March of 2026, so early March 2026. In this letter, they accused the government of committing an institutional blunder after it allowed a newly resurfaced art collection, including works by Frida Kahlo, Diego Rivera, Orozco Siqueiros, and other giants of modern Mexican art, to travel to Spain. And of course, people visiting a lot of the beautiful pieces that this exhibition has. Of course, the flower vendor Girl with Lilies by Diego Rivera, one of the most famous pieces. It's just amazing to see it. And of course, today is the final weekend to view the Gelman or the Gelman Santander collection at the Museo de Arte Moderno, Mexico City, a treasure trove of 20th century Mexican paintings, including Calo, Rivera, Siqueiros, Orozco, and more. The thing about the collection is that I'm seeing probably the three, probably four, quote unquote, most important artists in Mexican art history. Um, they are not the ones that have again, it's not the collection does not have pieces by them only. And that's the thing that I'm confused myself when I read these kinds of exhibit descriptions and just writings of people writing about it. The exhibition as artists, they go beyond Frida and Diego. They include other work like Siqueiros, Orozco, and more, including Modotti, Guillermo Calo, as well as Lola and Manuel Alvarez Bravo, and of course the recent Graciela Iturbide. So again, that's I don't think it's miscommunication or misinformation, but not a lot of this information is shared at the same time. And when I was reading, I was just confused and thought that it was only Frida and Diego's work, but it's not really just them. It's really a lot of other artists that have not been included. So let's continue to read more. And so let's continue to learn more. These past few days and weeks, there have been a lot of protests, including this from El Universal Cultura. It says, comienza acto de protesta contra la exportación a España de la colección Hellman, en vísperas de la clausura de su exposición en el Museo de Arte Moderno. This is by Frida Juárez, by El Universal. So people have been protesting the exporting of the work or the exhibition to Spain. And people have been just protesting using more art to protest, including some of this music. I really cannot listen to it, but I wonder what kind of music they're playing. So today is the end of the exhibition. It says cierra la exposición Hellman en el MAM, Museo de Arte Moderno, pero las dudas continúan. Y se va a Europa con la promesa de volver en el 2028 al Museo Marco de Monterrey. Pero el colectivo de en defensa de la colección Hellman, conformado por miembros de la comunidad cultural y la sociedad civil, que ya promovió 3 amparos, sostiene que existe una opacidad total sobre su destino posteriormente. So a lot of the work, a lot of the reading that I'm doing right now is that it's unclear who will manage. We know who owns it, but there seems to be a lot of just overlapping rights and ownership and who can take it out and it's just a lot of works, a lot of information that I am myself not understanding fully and correctly. So, oh, look at this. Las golondrinas para una colección que marcó la historia del arte mexicano. Hoy tenemos certeza sobre su futuro. No, hoy no tenemos certeza sobre su futuro. Nos despedimos de la colección Hellman y del deseo de Natasha Hellman de conservarla unida con su nombre y el acceso del público. So we're learning that the protests have been by sharing Las Golondrinas. If you don't know, Las Golondrinas has been a famous anthem and at least in Mexican history, where people use this song to talk about, a farewell, almost a sense of like, I will no longer see you, or kind of like a complete just disconnection of we don't know what's going to happen, like a goodbye. Like this is not a see you later. It's more like we don't know what's going to happen. And I think this is a song that captures that sentiment. People don't know what's going to happen with this exhibition or the collection. Now, this person right now says that will probably not remain together. Probably will be taken out, will be probably separated, and it will probably not be accessed by the public. So I've not researched fully about the words that this person says, but apparently Miss Natasha Gelman, who passed away in 1998, wanted the collection to remain unified with with their name and access to the public. So I wonder whether the exhibition will remain together or not. And then it says Comité Internacional que vela por el arte moderno externa su preocupación por la colección Hellman. El CIMAM considera que es responsabilidad de las instituciones e individuos privados proteger el patrimonio. And of course, this is the last weekend for the exhibition to be exhibited at the Museo de Arte Moderno. And then the Excelsior says, último fin de semana para visitar relatos modernos, obras emblemáticas de la colección Gelman Santander. We see some of the exhibition pieces here in this video. En el Museo de Arte Moderno disfruta de piezas de Frida Kahlo, Diego Rivera, Rufino Tamayo y antes de que la colección inicie su gira internacional. So some of these pieces have been one of the most emblematic pieces that I've seen about Diego and Frida and some of the other artists. I've myself not seen the exhibition. I've seen this one in person. I did not see the exhibition in Mexico City. I wanted to escape. I wanted to, well, not escape. It's not like I'm here in the US, you know, um, that I can't leave. I can't leave. But the thing is, I wanted to see the exhibition in person again, Mexico City. I just didn't. The last time I did see this exhibition was back in about 2018, 2019, before the COVID-19 pandemic here in the Museum of Art in Raleigh, in North Carolina, the National Museum of, not National, but the North Carolina Museum of Art, here where I was able to see it. And it was an amazing exhibition that I saw. So
despide este fin de semana del Museo de Arte Moderno en la Ciudad de México. Tras recibir a más de 310,000 visitantes, este domingo 19 de julio es el último día para ver obras cumbre como 10 cuadros de Frida Kahlo, además de valiosas piezas de Diego Rivera, Rufino Tamayo y María Izquierdo. A pesar de la polémica desatada por su venta, la colección iniciará una gira internacional en septiembre, comenzando en España y continuando por Suiza y Noruega en 2027. Será hasta el 2028 cuando estas obras maestras del siglo XX regresen a México para presentarse en el Museo Marco de Monterrey. Si aún no la has visto, el boleto general cuesta entre 90 y 95 pesos y es gratis para estudiantes, maestros, adultos mayores y personas con discapacidad. No te pierdas esta última oportunidad antes de que emprenda su viaje por Europa.
all right, well, I played that video. Hope you all saw it and heard it. Again, by the time that this video is made public, the exhibition will probably already conclude, and the exhibition will now be ready to be transported to Spain now. And again, I'm hearing a lot of just unclear dates. Some people are saying that the exhibition will return in 2028. Now I'm hearing that it will return in 2030. It's just a lot of contradicting, conflicting, incomplete information about this. We see a little bit of the behind the scenes of people in the Museo de Arte Moderno. Some of these exhibitions, I mean, I wish I would have seen it in Mexico, but I just didn't. One of the reasons I've not been able to go to Mexico City this year is that I've been working very, very hard on the book that I'm writing for children's literature that I've been able to cover so many other times and instances as well. So this is a comment that I get to hear and read. It says, la exposición Relatos Modernos ya concluye y quién sabe si vuelva a México porque la llevan a Europa. So it says, the exhibition called Modern Relatos Modernos, I'm blanking out right now, my translating brain, it says it's concluding, and who knows if it will return to Mexico because it's leaving for Europe now. Las obras de la colección Gelman Santander fueron declaradas monumentos artísticos de la nación y ya tal vez nunca toquen de nuevo tierras mexicanas porque son privadas. So that's where I'm very confused. It's been declared as national cultural patrimony, but people can still take them out. Um, Again, this is where ownership and stewardship are new concepts to me, but I think it's important to learn more about what this means. La colección Hellman se despide del Museo de Arte Moderno. And of course, people were playing Las Golondrinas. Las Golondrinas despidieron a la colección Hellman, que ese fin de semana termina exposición. It says, colección Hellman, ¿por qué te tiene que importar a ti? De Gabriela Mosqueda, imperdible. So I just find it so amazing that people are using music to protest the, you know, the exportation or leaving of the pieces to the outside. Más de 310,000 personas visitaron la colección Hellman en el Museo de Arte Moderno en la Ciudad de México, convirtiéndola en una de las exposiciones más concurridas del recinto. Tras concluir su exhibición el próximo 19 de julio, o sea, hoy or today, la colección iniciará una itinerancia internacional por España, Suiza y Noruega. Al finalizar ese recorrido, regresará a México en el 2028 para presentarse en el Museo de Arte Contemporáneo de Monterrey, y el Bellas Artes INBA supervisará su salida temporal y su retorno al país, conforme a la legislación vigente, para asegurar que ese conjunto fundamental del arte mexicano vuelva a encontrarse con el público nacional. So again, I thought it was going to go only to Spain, and it's not only to Spain, it's going to Switzerland, Norway, and we don't know when it's coming back. Well, we do know it's coming back in 2028. But we don't know what will happen after. That's a lot of the what I'm reading and listening. So let me stop right now so I can continue to part two.